Oh, you losing now? Oh, I was about to say. Just
Welcome to Kennesaw, Georgia, in the greater
you thought he
Atlanta
scored that?
area and home to the Owls of Kennesaw State, where these fans have been eagerly anticipating this one all week. In this one, two teams from Conference USA squaring off in a weekday clash to set the table for the weekend ahead. As we'll see, the Sam Houston Bearcats taking on the Kennesaw State Owls. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollock and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Bearcats will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. So Kennesaw State's offense is going to be backed up thanks to that lackluster return. And here he comes,
Damn,
the
every
guy who
time as soon
pulls
as I
all
post a
the
stream,
strings in
somebody's
this
always on
attack.
that hoe.
I think what makes him so unique, he has such a good understanding of this
Like within
offense. He always
seconds.
seems to know what the answer is to the test.
Always in control. The receivers know they're going to get the football. Everybody believes in this dude.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. The Bearcats offense will get the ball for the first time. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and
Damn.
play well for their team to succeed.
Damn.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12.
What playbook he running?
Little touch pass to the receiver. He's there to make the
Oh.
stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their
Damn,
back
that means I don't
pocket.
want
They
to play
knew
you.
about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him.
And the ball is intercepted. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it first down at the 39. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
It just depends on how you run it, though, huh?
Guys, we're about to see this Kennesaw State offense go back to work.
But you just
The
know
last
what
time
Zill'll
we
do.
saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make the play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can
Oh,
run inside
oh
out
yeah,
with
so
the ball.
yeah,
Continue
I'm
to use it
different.
first
I
down.
don't,
Let's
I
get
don't.
some positive momentum.
From the
Yeah, I'm very,
44-yard line, the
I'm
offense
very
snaps
different
it
on
on
how he
first
played
down.
there.
Takes the handoff. It's Harris.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Looking to throw on
Too
second
much
down.
mixing up.
Pulls it in. It's Duggan. And this
Oh
offense
yeah,
is feeling it as they rip
oh yeah.
open
If he ain't
pace
got the
for
lineman to
yardage, and
do it,
they've got it on the 22. Kennesaw State coming out with another first down. The give to the tailback. Able to move it ahead a
mm-hmm.
couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20.
They're strong and they're strong.
Mm.
Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big
I can never run them jet sweeps, so I don't run them.
Listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quick.
Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. Kennesaw State hopes to be wise here in the red zone. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Pressure coming. They get to him as he throws. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. They'll try to get it in with the run. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? They'll run it left, looking for the end zone here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They want to flex their muscle. 3 tight ends on the field on 3rd and goal. Barrels ahead. And they get him down.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollock.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, they didn't overthink that one. 4th and goal down close like that. You just turn around, David, hand it off to the big fella and let him do the rest.
And a lot of times in these situations, 4th down and goal, you see quarterbacks sneak so much. They trust the big running back. They know he's going to drive his feet forward, finish the run, and get the touchdown.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, a top 5 battle with enormous ramifications all across football. Here's the latest. South Carolina is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Jadeveon Clowney had a hand in getting this kid to Columbia, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree? It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Liberty. We've got you covered in this gigantic top 5 matchup, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys are keeping an eye on it for us. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Got it in the middle. It's Harris. They go up top.
Just right there.
The 5-yard line as they try to pay off.
That's what I'm saying, but
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw.
because you
They've
done
gotta
figured them
find
out
a way
now.
to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
Trying to show their strength with the
Wow.
run on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down. The offense starts this drive in the shadow of its own end zone. Pulls it, fired, complete. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
And get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast. And you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. At the end of the quarter, it's Kennesaw State on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far.
That knee contact shit hurt.
Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. He'll keep it himself. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen,
You
the key
call
is
holding,
that
the
he
rest
knows
of them
exactly
on the
what he
game,
wants
on
to
the
do almost every time they
thing
run these
call
types of
holding.
option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try. Defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. They'll try to run for it. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. The Bearcats are on the move. Here's a quick throw out to the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Go to sleep, nigga. Go to sleep.
Try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown.
That's too funny.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Discards a man. Creating good effort on that one to work his
I'm
way
surprised he
into the
ain't in
42.
here.
Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to 4-down territory. Here's 3rd and short. Quarterback on the keeper. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense, we got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
After that last completion, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's Bean. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll come to the line needing 4 yards for a first down. They're already 2 for 2 on this drive. Getting some heat. And the catch along the sideline will come up a little short of the first down. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, you see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. In that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Just sledgehammering his way down to the 33.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job, and he can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle.
The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground. You can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Guys, we'll get another look at this Kennesaw State offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab down the middle. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. grabbed over the middle. It's Shields. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to pass on second down. Ball in the air, intercepted. Got some room to run, and they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Timing has to be so good. When you're throwing at his own defense over the middle of the field, the ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. Got his man in the middle. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. There's a timeout call as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. He's going to pass on second down. Feeling some heat. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. It's complete to the left. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. And the Bearcats line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch, called for and made. Guys, we're about to see this Kennesaw State offense go back to work. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Offense getting set for first down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Unloads it downfield. Makes the grab down the left side. And he's brought down after a huge completion. Kennesaw State right back to work. Wants to throw on first down. Got his man quickly. Running like he wants that football as he gets to the 37. They'll immediately call timeout.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
On second down, he's looking downfield. Got a wide open receiver. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well.
How we looking, Pooh?
Quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to
All right.
mess up this timing they got going on.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking for the end zone. And it's caught. You don't give a hoot. Kennesaw State does. Touchdown Owls.
One of the areas they really focused on for this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. The end of a very entertaining first 2 quarters of football in Kennesaw.
Kennesaw State ready to kick it off to start things here in the second half. From inside his own 15, looking for room. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. If they're going to get on top in this game, they're going to have to find a way to get the running game going in the second half.
Agree, so it can create some more balance, some more unpredictability. I feel like this defense has got a good beat on what they're doing, especially if they don't mix it up a little bit. So I do look for a little second half running the football, Palmer, out of this group.
And I think the thing, Dave, is they just got to be more physical. I don't think this is a scheme question about trying different run plays. I think it's up to the big fellas up front. They've just got to make the decision that they're going to be tougher here in the second half so that they can win this game.
Yeah, a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
They're trying to go option, and they're trying to put that defensive end in a bind, but he's just way too athletic, and he guessed right. The quarterback was keeping the ball. He knew it and was able to make the tackle in the backfield.
Good timing on the quick out. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. The Bearcats are rolling down the field. He'll do it himself. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
When you're a defensive guy and you want to fire in, you want to go hit the quarterback, but you know if I fire in, he's just going to give the football up. You got to be patient. You got to understand what your responsibility is. Then you see when he keeps the football, you got to go tag him. And the problem is,
hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
you're getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for him.
Quick pass on the jet motion. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown!
All right. Y'all still here? Hmm?
And they made it to the house with a penalty. Points were waiting on them. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that
I think my
blah, blah,
roster is
blah, blah,
ready
blah
now
actually works, but it's
to
working
play
now.
for
But
us.
it might be too little too
We
late.
sit now.
At least you got the party started.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looking for blockers. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, we'll get another look at this Kennesaw State offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
Bruce like, yes, I can go to sleep for about 15 minutes.
Short from the 29. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Collisions and power on display, and after all of that, just back to the line of scrimmage. They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. They'll try it on the ground. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
And I like the confidence of the coaches. When you're an offensive coach, you got to be aggressive nowadays. And going for it in your own territory, it used to be, no, you can't do that. Now, everybody's like, you know what? Analytically, that makes sense.
Makes the catch and knocked down.
You know, oftentimes these slot receivers, they're not the biggest guys in the world, but they're really good at finding the open spaces in the middle of the field. And you saw that guy attack the defense in the perfect spot, making life easy for his QB.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose the yard on that one. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Harris. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. Kennesaw State coming out with another first down. He'll try the left side. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. Right back to him on the ground. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Here comes a 3rd down situation, and the defense hasn't been able to slow them down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man down the middle. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chain. At the end of the quarter is Kennesaw State on top. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Unleashes one deep. And it's taken away by the defense, and they desperately needed that turnover.
Let's go. Talk about leaving the door open. Yes, please. You think they might run the clock out, run the football consistently? No, sir. They put it in the air. We forced the interception. Great job by the defense. When they needed it the most, they came through.
The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting. If they were able to take the football here, drive it down the field, score again, David, they would have all of that momentum on their side.
And there's nothing about momentum that you can quantify. Like, I don't understand it, but once it gets going in one direction, a lot of times it's so hard to swing it back the other direction. The momentum is real, and they got it.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll leave it with him. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. Let's see if they keep it on the ground here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out fast. And he earns a 1st down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
1st down here for the offense. He's looking to throw it. Got it behind the line. It's Bean. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Looking to the big tight end. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. The aerial assault continues. And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. The defense was in the dime package. They didn't have to send an extra rusher. The big fellas up front took care of that.
Yeah, and all dime means is I'm bringing an extra fast guy on the field and taking an extra fat guy off the field. But listen, the fat guys still get home. Isn't that beautiful? The big, athletic defensive line still does a great job getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Guys, we're about to see this Kennesaw State offense go back to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Let's see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 48. He's looking to throw. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, going up top. Finds his man down the middle. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the 1st down? They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the 1st down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set. Why aren't you getting past the 1st down marker? Why did you run your route short? Defense did a good job knowing where that was. But now, 4th down, offense has to make a decision.
Makes the grab, and he's got the 1st. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down. This Kennesaw State offense is on the move. The give as they work on that clock. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Running with power, and they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. A nice way to go into the postseason and eventually the offseason with a W, but the question is, will it be enough to keep the Wolves at bay?
It's a great way to punctuate the season. You just have to wonder, though, if there were too many L's on the schedule to keep this guy around next year.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole body of work, right? You finish strong, but what does everybody look at? Like, how many games do you win? Who do you beat is important, right? Do you beat your rivals? Like, there's so much more. Do you have the team's ears still? So there's a lot that goes into decision-making, but it was definitely a disappointing season.
They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. Had to throw it before he wanted. Couldn't find anybody open, just threw it away, and that's a smart move. You want to avoid the turnover, especially in the red zone. It'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
It's been the buzz of college football all week, fellas, and it's finally here. An update on that top 5 battle. South Carolina is ahead in Columbia, but that's not exactly George Rogers out there scoring touchdowns. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over Liberty. We'll keep you up to speed if anything changes in this contested top 5 matchup, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Motion from the offense. They'll throw it on 1st down. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. And it's just hard to imagine that this guy will be back leading this program next year.
Yeah, and you want to see him finish strong, and I think Coach needs to finish strong. All the negativity swirling around the program, obviously, you hear it. It's a part of it. The kids hear it, but finishing strong would kind of ease some of that for Palmer. It's the body of work. Everything he did this season is going to be taken into account. And it's going to be tough, I think, for him to keep his job.
It's a combination of wins and losses this year, but it's also about who's out there. There's some good big-time candidates, some good coaches that could come in. We know they've got the money to spend. It just seems like they're going to make a change.
He's going to run it. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that 1st down. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. The Bearcats have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Finds his target down the middle. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. He looks that one in nicely. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the deep.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
It's good.
Nice job making that field goal. You're down in possession here late in the game. You've got 2 timeouts in your back pocket. Do you trust your defense to be able to go out, get a stop, and get you the football back for one final shot? We're going to see.
Oh, look what I found. The offense keeps it. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Toss sweep to the left. Still running at the 40. Running toward the tape. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Owls. They push out this lead in the 4th quarter, and it might be enough to give them that elusive 2nd win of the season.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Kennesaw State, 22. Sam Houston, 10.
On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on defense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. You kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
On second down, looking to throw. Trying to get to it. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked. Third and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on third down.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field. You're trailing in the 4th quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Throws to the wideout. Makes the catch. He's got enough. He's loose on the right. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. From the red zone, looking for a space. Got his man in the middle. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. He spikes it, clock stops as they try to rally late. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring. They'll try to get it through the air. He's got it and still on his feet. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. And the Bearcats have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. From the gun, looking for a man. The freshman able to get home with the sack. The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for the score. And he's got it. A late touchdown. Probably window dressing, but still a sliver, albeit very slight, of hope.
It's not over yet. There's still a little bit of time on the clock. Obviously, that score gives you a chance, but man, oh man, do you need some miracles to happen some way to get this football back and do some damage with it.
Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Going up top on 1st down. Grabs it inside the 10. And he gets it into the end zone for the touchdown, and it's not just a touchdown, it is a dagger in this game.
Some would say run out the clock, some would say I don't need to add points, but here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
They want to throw. Oh, now the kicker's going to throw it. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Kennesaw State, 28. Sam Houston, 17.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And after this play, the cake will be baked. They'll throw it on first down. He's going up top here late in the game. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game.